Welcome to this episode of Health Reversion. I'm Adrian, and in this episode we're going to be talking about two of the biggest challenges facing humanity right now. I don't know about you, but I'm finding 2024 to be quite challenging. And when I observe the rest of the world, there's two main themes that I am noticing that people in general are struggling with. One of those is cost of living, so the increases in pretty much the cost of everything. And the second thing is health challenges. So whether it's people experiencing a resurface of health challenges, re-experiencing health challenges, or having new ones. So the aim of this video is actually to provide a solution to both of these major challenges. So let's get right into it. So what is this solution, you might be asking? Well, it's quite simply white rice. But there's a catch to that, because there is some extra preparation that you're going to need to do in order to make that rice as safe as possible. I understand, I really do, that it's very hard to come to grips with the fact that many of the foods that we eat are not actually safe to eat. Yes, we can eat them, but over time, their toxins, the heavy metals inside of them, arsenic in the rice, etc. These things accumulate in the system, and then could be a couple of years, 5, 10, 20 years down the track, people start experiencing all kinds and all manner of health problems, and they can't figure out why. And they might have good bloods, their GP says, listen, can't see what's wrong here, but really their system is just burdened by, unfortunately, the plant toxins and a whole range of other heavy metals and toxins that we experience in our life. So by taking an extra 5 to 10 minutes to prepare your rice, as I'm going to show you today, you can eliminate a great deal of the plant toxins. So the first step is to bring the rice to a boil. So once it's at a boiling point, after about 5 to 10 minutes, there will be a white foamy sludge. Hopefully you can all see that clearly there. So this always forms on the white rice, whether it's organic, whether it's non-organic. But in this sludge, if anybody can prove otherwise, has evidence, studies that this sludge is not harmful to humans, please leave a comment in the comment section below. But my research and my personal experience has led me to believe that this stuff is actually not supposed to be consumed. And if we go back in history, we can find evidence of people soaking the grains, and you might think, oh, it's white rice, it's had the bran removed, all the anti-nutrients are deactivated and dissolved. Well, it's actually just not the case. The white rice still contains high levels of those anti-nutrients, and this is just a simple way that you can get rid of them to negligible levels to ensure that you're having a cleaner, safer form of nutrition. So the next step is to gently take it over to the sink and pour out as best you can all of that white sludge. Now, if you're a perfectionist like me, then you're going to want to do it a second time. So we'll add a little bit more water, give it a swish around, and just get those last remaining parts. So it's not going to be absolutely clear, but it's going to take the majority of that white sludge away. So the next step now is just to put the water back in, return the rice to the heat, and simmer for the period of time until obviously the rice needs the lid on top. Turn off the heat and allow the rice to set. So taking these steps will help reduce significantly the levels of anti-nutrients in the rice. Now, if you're thinking, what are anti-nutrients? If you're new to this, please click somewhere there or there to watch a summary that I put together about a month ago on all the range of plant anti-nutrients, which are basically just plant toxins that the plant produces to defend itself from you and I eating that plant. Now, the plant doesn't mind providing sustenance and nutrition for us, but the quantities that we're eating on this planet and the stress we're putting on the plants and the crops and the amounts that we're growing in soils that aren't particularly nutritious and full of vitamins and minerals that the plants need, this is leading to a lot of stress. And unfortunately, that stress ends up making the plant produce a huge amount of these toxins to try and defend itself, because it's holding on for survival. It's stressed. What would you do if you're stressed? You would regroup, you would defend yourself, you would build a fort, do martial arts, whatever you need to do to defend yourself. If you're under attack, the plant's going to do exactly the same thing. So once again, I fully understand that it can be really difficult to come to terms with the fact that foods can have a significant impact on not only our physical health, but our mental health. If somebody is out there viewing this material and thinking, oh, I can't come to terms with the fact that, you know, supermarket food, white rice that's sitting on the shelf is potentially bad for me and potentially toxic. Well, unfortunately, the truth is it is, but by doing this extra preparation, by taking responsibility and saying, I'm not just going to take that rice that's really inexpensive off the shelf, cook it in a rice cooker or just cook it myself with a saucepan really quickly. I'm going to take that extra time for my health, for myself, and ultimately get a cleaner, safer version of the white rice. So in terms of cost of living, these meals, I know they're very basic, and I understand they're not hugely tasty. You're not going to be looking forward to these, but quite frankly, we're in World War III right now, and there's some physical wars going on, yes, but they're not the main war. The main war is a psychological war and also a spiritual war. And in these times, you're going to need sometimes to just bunker down and eat some things and do some things that you wouldn't usually do. And so these white rice meals that I've got here, I've got a couple of ideas for you if you need those ideas. But ultimately, the meal comes in to around about $1 with the condiments, because I understand that eating white rice on its own is a bit of an ask. I know that there are some people that put sugar on the rice. That can be an option if that's what's tolerated by your body, but for some people that can be a little bit too much of a boost of energy. So you can have things like vegetables or soy sauce, a little bit of sweet chili sauce, garlic. You can add some other condiments that won't give you those issues if you find that adding sugar to the rice does give you some challenges and problems. So in summary, white rice prepared in this manner is going to be the safest and cleanest form of nutrition that you can get on this planet. The levels of anti-nutrients are extremely low. The allergens, the common things like eggs, nuts, shellfish, etc., doesn't count here. We haven't got any gluten, no dairy, anything else that you can think of allergy-wise that usually can upset people is not going to be found in these meals. So they're going to be low food chemical, low allergen, clean, and really inexpensive. So if you didn't get anything out of this video, give it a thumbs down so I can get that feedback. If you got something out of this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave any comments down below if you've got anything to add that's going to be a benefit to people or any experiences that you've had in relation to this. Otherwise, in the meantime, I ask that you keep well, and I'll see you in the next video.